Well, Joe, plenty of possession, just one goal in it in the end. You were really made to fight all the way from Shaftesbury this afternoon, weren't you?
Yeah, plenty of chances as well, actually. So I know it's only 1-0, but we did have a hatful of chances to take the tie sort of earlier. And what they've done, Shaftesbury, fair play to them. They've got a good, as I said, they've got a good management team, got a good idea, good structure. They went to a completely different shape, went to a back five, banked in, and said pretty much you're going to have the ball and try and break us down. And when you come up against it, you see some of the top teams come up against teams like that in the Premier League even. And it's really difficult to break down unless you get some good ball speed and you get some overloads in wide areas. And the moment of real quality in the game, which was our goal, there was an overload created, obviously in a wide area, a little 1-2 give and go, and Eddie's stuck up a really good cross. And Omar's had that desire and determination to go and head it and score. So, yeah, I thought before that we should have been out of sight, really. Cody's had a couple of good chances first half. Their keeper's pulled off a save from Motore. And then some real scrambles in the box before we scored as well. But that shows the desire from Ollie's team and shows that they're a team that want to fight for each other. And that's what you're going to get in these games. As I said to you before, they're not easy games. And you'll see upsets in the FA Cup today. And what we wanted to make sure and ensure that we weren't one of them. And I thought they threatened very little. The little bit they did threaten was just caught us when we just switched off once. And it was quite a comfortable save for Archie. But that was the one moment at 0-0 where you thought, oh, blimey, could go against us after all that possession, like you say.
Second year running, won by the odd goal in this, and second year running also deciding one scored by a substitute sent on Omar Holness. Must have been disappointed to be left out this afternoon, but he's gone out there and he's the match winner, and he's sort of almost saying, put me back into the team. Well,
all of them know that for any given game we're going to make some changes because we're trying to win any given game with the side that we pick. Now, we're not going to get it right every time, and all I've got to say is most of the players, if not all, react really well to it. There's no sulking, there's no one saying, oh, I should be playing, there's no divine right to have a shirt. But Omar epitomises what Bath City is all about. He's an absolutely fantastic professional, trains as well as anyone, always wants to improve, always asking questions tactically of himself. And and he said before the game, look, listen, he said, thanks ever so much for letting me know. I didn't do it without letting him know, so he's even thanked me for letting him know. And the right attitude, like you say, he goes on. It's not only his goal, he goes on as a positive effect because he runs forward, he presses very well. And of anyone, I'm really pleased that he's got his goal and he's got the winner for us today.
Throwing out Archie Matthews for his debut as well. Clean sheet on his day. He didn't have too much to do. He had the ball sort of at his feet more than anything else. But he looked pretty comfortable when he had possession most of the time. Yeah,
and he's displayed that. I mean, listen, when we looked at his clips and we were asking people about him, obviously his distribution is one of his strengths. We said that we're not going to play like an academy. We don't particularly want to be playing out from the back, dropping centre-backs in. That's not what we're about. We play a little bit higher up the pitch, but that's when we play our football, when it drops in around the halfway line. I thought he switched play with the three centre-backs because we had an overload. He switched the play really well. His kicking over longer distance went really accurate. And the handling he did have to do was really clean and tidy. So it's a lovely debut for him. I'm not sure if he would have played in the FA Cup before, but it's a nice one for him. And we're really pleased just to be in the hat. That was the key objective today. The objective was to come here and win the game and make sure we're in the hat on Monday. We've kept a clean sheet in doing so, and we've scored a goal. As I said, we should have scored a few more. We didn't, but sometimes you'll have days like that, and the important thing is when you're not having the days where you think everything's on top, you still go and win.
When we came here before we knew it was a 3G surface, what it was going to be like, but I felt it played a little bit differently than when we saw it the other week.
It was slower. It was a lot slower, Mark. It was. I was chatting to their management staff actually. The night we saw it against Highworth, there was a little bit of dew on it, and that made a huge difference. There's a hell of a lot of rubber. There has to be because it's a new facility. Hell of a lot of rubber on there, and it made the ball speed slow. So when we wanted to quicken it up when they're banked in, and we're trying to get switches of play and overloads, it travels very slow across the pitch, which allows them then to keep the shape, shut off passing lines and get bodies across. So they were not overloaded. They were make sure that it was in their favour. But they have to do that, and they have to have a mindset to do it, and they have to have a will to do it. And the management team here today should be really proud of their players. They're playing 3 levels below us. But I knew coming here, as I said, the reason why I watched them twice is we had to be prepared. Good little side. A lot of players come across from Christchurch. They beat Gloucester last year and they drew with Dulwich, a lot of those players. So they know all about the level, and they're probably playing lower than what they should, some of them. So on paper, it could have been quite a slippery one. But in the end, we've done the job, very professional. I know everyone wants to see us score 4s and 5s and 6s. Doesn't matter. Just go and win the game and keep a clean sheet. If you're doing so, that's great. And we're in the hat for Monday, and that's all that matters.
Felt like a lot of mutual respect as well after the game.
I like them. I think they're good people. I think the facility is great. Even chatting to their chairman there a minute ago, the coaching staff are fantastic. The way they prepare, you can see it. They've got a sports scientist doing the warm-up. If people are doing things properly, I quite enjoy that because I like to think we pride ourselves in doing things properly. So full credit to everyone here at Shaftesbury. They should be extremely proud. I hope they go on and have a successful season. As I said, the facility is lovely, and I hope they do. Let's hope they kick on from now and they use that as a positive going forward in their league campaign.
We go back to the league campaign next week against Maidstone, still unbeaten in National League South, back at Twerton Park, which is a good thing.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Well, we've just won 2 games in 2 now as well, so a bit of momentum, bit of confidence. Very, very tough game, completely different game to what we're going to face, like we faced here today. Very athletic side, and they're second in the league for a reason, aren't they? But we've shown in recent weeks, as I said, I'll repeat, I'll go back. Dartford's second half, the amount of chances we created. Last week's really gritty performance away at Braintree and coming down here and doing a job showed our professionalism. Like you say, get back to Twerton now, hopefully get a crowd in there. Let's go and show what we're all about again. Now it's time to keep this momentum going. We want to try and put a run of games together if we can. We'll see what our draw is. Hopefully that gives us a bit of a confidence boost again, see where the draw is. Hopefully get a home tie. And then look forward to next Saturday.
You're going to watch your goal against Maidstone back again. It's nearly 30 years ago to the day now.
Jesus, 30 years. Wowzer. Cheers, mate. Thanks for saying that on camera. No, it was a great finish, wasn't it, at the far post when no one was in the goal. Look, FA Cup, as we said, FA Cup means a lot to a lot of people, and whilst I've been at Bath City Football Club, it's meant a lot to me because I've had a couple of really good runs in it. I was fortunate enough to play, and you talk about Maidstone, there were some more glamorous ones than that. Hereford at home, live on Sky. Northampton ties, obviously, and the Cardiff one where I score away at Ninian Park. Great memories, and all I want to do, and I said to you the other day, I want to try and get some memories for these boys to keep and tell their kids about. And it's important that you have to, as I said, unless you have the right mindset in these early rounds, you'll never get that glory at the end of it. So fair play to my group. They've done that today, and we all look forward to the draw on Monday.